I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Monday, December 8th, 2025, and it's Move It Monday. It's going to be a good week, and if you're tuning in, make sure you get with it and help your body along. But, speaking of helping my body along, or your body along, I want to debrief what happened this past Saturday, and I want to talk about healing update from my mom. Reason being, because if you have been following what I have been doing, I've been talking about doing a... I just realized my screen's not showing here. There we go. I have been doing a fitness/stress test every week for the past, I don't know, 2 months or something like that. And I have been using it as a benchmark to measure my progress. But most importantly, my ability to do this test, and I compare it to when I first started it 7 years ago. And the progress that I have been experiencing has been quite good, and almost to the point where I'm thinking I was reaching a plateau. But after this weekend, I don't know if that plateau is being reached yet. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to do something fun here and have a little counter, and you'll see. So, 250 skips. The attempt in 70 seconds at this tempo. This tempo that we're hearing,
that sounds good. Feels good.
Is 215 beats per.
There we go.
All right, there we go. Will I make it? Wow. So, in this test here, it's basically 250 skips as fast as one can do it. And in previous weeks, like even a month ago, I was thinking that 215 beats per minute was my kind of plateau. And after this past weekend, I don't think it is. Because the score that I just counted here is showing that I've still got the coordination, even at a higher level, to be able to do this test. And I'm really curious now to see where this plateau is, because the discomfort or the level of discomfort that I feel when I'm doing this test is pretty strong. And I'm just finding a way to overcome it. It's just every time I do this test, I'm thinking, okay, I'm mentally prepared for it, and I've been doing the warm up now for the last few weeks with this rope, a vinyl rope, to just warm up the body and just prepare mentally for it, and then do the test in one shot and try to beat my previous week's record. And thus far, it's looking pretty good. I must say, I really don't know where the plateau is, to be honest with you. And for me to be achieving this 7 years later at an older age is really starting to shape my mind as far as the choices that I'm making are actually working. And when you saw me drinking this is just a copper cup. But I put the cleanest and most absorbable water in this copper cup, which is deuterium free and with a molecular bond angle of 114 degrees. The power of the water has a very pronounced effect on the electricity in your body. And I'm noticing it more and more and more when I'm doing this fitness stress test each week. Because without the electricity in the body, the coordination doesn't fire. It just doesn't. And so, am I reaping the benefits of drinking the water? I think so. I call the water foundational as far as supporting the electricity in your body. The other foundational piece that I talk about is actually the light, which is I get using this tool, the X39 by LifeWave. And I wear it here. This is the spot, the X39. I wear it 12 hours a day. I take it off, and then I go to sleep. And the combination of the two things, are they enabling my body to heal itself and repair itself to come back stronger the next time, over time? I think so. Because this doesn't work without having ample amounts of water. Because you need to have the water to support the electricity in your body. But that water should be the cleanest and most absorbable. In which I talk about deuterium free with a bond angle of 114 degrees. And I've been drinking the water now for 4 years, and I've progressively noticed a positive change in my health and in health of those around me. And then when I added this in April of this year, 2025, is when I started to see an acceleration in the progress of my health. And most notably in the fitness testing, because generally speaking, when you age, you lose the ability to do things. I'm not seeing that happening. It's reversing. I feel younger. And my ability to do this fitness stress test is starting to show because I keep upping the ante and I'm still able to do it, even though it's just marginally. Sometimes, getting a tenth, like in Formula One, for example, or if you're a sprinter of sorts, if you want to get 1,000th of 1/10, let's say 2/10 faster, how much harder do you have to work? How do you achieve it? You got to do something, because if you're a sprinter, if you're able to grow your legs longer, you'll be able to run farther, faster if you're moving the legs at the same speed. And how do you accomplish that? Well, the electricity in the body, you got to be able to do it. You got to support it. And I support the electricity in the body with minerals. So I've got the water, I've got the light, add the minerals. I also eat one meal a day, and I'm still putting on muscle weight. So I'm still maintaining strength with doing all this stuff. And I feel good. So there's something to be said about it. And I encourage you to take a serious look. See that QR code? You can scan it. Or that one right there. It'll take you to unlockyourbioenergy.godaddysites.com, which is this webpage here. You'll see I've got it mirrored on screen. This page right here, sorry. I've got it mirrored. So, and there you will find these buttons. This guy right here. If you click on this one, it'll take you to startx39.com. I do not own that website, but there's additional information about the patch phototherapy itself that I use right here. If you click there and you visit it and you say, yes, I'd like to try it, then come back to unlockyourbioenergy.godaddysites.com and click on this link here, and it will take you to, not that one, this guy, lifewave.com/Gordon Tomazic. GORDONTOMAZIC. And this is where you can make your purchase of X39. You can scan that QR code that you see right there, and it'll take you directly to that site. There's other phototherapy options that are available, such as glutathione, carnosine, inflammation reduction, energy enhancements, that work in alignment with the X39. If there was just one you wanted to start with, the X39 is a good choice. If you have pain, chronic pain, the X39 can help alleviate that, especially in the knees, for example. You can regrow cartilage too, and I will share that and how to do it in an episode later this week. So there's all kinds of good stuff that you can do and reap the rewards from it. Also, if you have, let's say, Parkinson's, there's a lot of people that are suffering. If you have fibromyalgia, people are suffering. It's an electrical problem inside the body. Like, seriously. It's like there's something that's shorting, especially if you got triggers. It's one thing, like for me, if I'm sitting down and I'm impatient, or I'm just can't sit still, and I'm tapping my foot, like this, because because I can't sit still. That's not Parkinson's. But if you're sitting down and your hand's shaking like this because you can't control it, then there's an electrical problem inside the body. And people with Parkinson's are known to consume CBD oil, and it helps with removing the shivers. Well, what's in CBD? Lots of hydrogen. Does it reestablish the electrical connection inside the body? So what is missing? I'll tell you, the cleanest and most absorbable. You got to start there. And then supercharge that electricity with considering the X39. I'd take a serious look at it and see what it does. You have nothing to lose. And before we begin the workout, I went to visit my mom this past weekend to see how she's doing. So here you can see the picture, the date stamp when I took the picture. So you can see here the bruising is healing up. At least the skin is, right? She's still got pain because of how she fell down the stairs. And most people at her age, if they were to fall the way she did, they probably end up in the hospital. And I'm surprised she's not in the hospital. But she told me, she says, I don't know where I would be if we didn't have this phototherapy patches. She says, I don't know. She says, at least now I can turn in bed. She says, I can. That is a real positive. Because if you're a side sleeper or you're a stomach sleeper, you want to be able to get rest, right? You know, or sleep on your back and so forth. But even just getting out of bed, when you say turning, you know, that means also getting out of bed too. And she's not young, she's 69 years old. So, but she's on the mend, she's recovering. And she's very thankful that this technology, the phototherapy, is at her fingertips. She's still using the ice wave to help with pain, because the pain you can see in this picture, there's the ice wave, right? So to help with the pain, and using the X39 to help with healing the body. She's already drinking the water, 114 degree molecular bond angle water, because I have been giving it to her and to both my parents. And they're both reaping the benefits from that. And they have been for a large number of years now. So just having that water at their disposal, has it helped them maintain their health? And I think so, yes. Now, where the problem in where we live here, there's not a lot of sunlight, especially now. The days are much shorter, sunlight-wise. So does it inadvertently affect you? It does. And having these patches now, it's fantastic. And I encourage those who are dealing with chronic problems, pain. Doesn't matter what age you are. You could be 12 years old, 5 years old, and still benefit from the use of the patches. So there's no age limit. No age limit. And if you're, let's say, expecting a child and you're having difficulties, then I would look at the X39 as a tool to use to help not only you as a mother, but also the child to reap the benefits from that, because stem cells are stem cells. I don't care what anybody says. We all have them from when we're born. Don't inject something that is synthetic into your body. Not needed. Use the foundational pieces that are here, that Almighty Father, God, gave us. They're available. Some of us, we need help with that. So, that's my rant for today. Today's workout's going to start with a 9-minute warm-up. I'm going to be using the Rope Master by Buddy Lee. It's my favorite rope, largely because it's super smooth and you can increase the speed easily. And I'm distracted here by an update. Yeah, update. I'm surprised there's an update for this. And okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So I'm gonna set the metronome to beep at 132 beats per minute, and gonna track heart rate with this device that I only wear for this purpose. Other than that, I don't wear any tracking devices at all. All right. Nine-minute, I said, and let's begin. There we go. And then for the last 2 minutes, I will increase the intensity of this warm-up. I don't know what I'm going to do, whether it's going to be crisscrosses or double unders. Some of you may find this boring, but if you can keep up, want me to speed it up, have a higher pace overall, I have no problems doing that. For Friday, I usually use a tempo of 165 for the Feel It Friday workout, which is a military style workout, with the exception of pull-ups or chin-ups. Alright, we've got 5 minutes. I don't know how I got caught on there. I guess one thing I want to try to do is double the speed. Alright, yeah. Almost, I think. Feels kind of. So, at the 2-minute mark, that's where I'm going to start to increase the tempo. Four, 3, 2, 1, okay. So, for today, back in biceps, I'm going to involve the vibration plate again. Whereas, I'm just going to take this off, make it easier to move this bench. So today, I'm going to do some different exercises. Alright. I'm not sure how close I need to be. Maybe slightly. Okay. So, basically what I'm going to do is kind of like a swimming motion. But adding the vibration is part of the movement to activate the lats at different parts of the movement. So, you know, when you're swimming like this, you know, you're moving the water. You have to start at horizontal to your torso. So when you're this way, all the way down. So I'm going to split this into two parts. So meaning 2 sessions of 3 minutes. So I'll move this back a little bit more. And by leaning forward like this, I can feel the tension on the band, and I'm going to go halfway. So kind of like make a 90 degree with my torso. That's going to be the first round of 3 minutes, and then it's going to follow. I'm going to follow up with the last part of the range of motion. So I'm going from here to here, 90 degrees with the torso, and then I'm going to kind of switch the position and finish the latter part. So it's going to be 6 minutes worth of this rowing or swimming type of motion with a vibration using the resistance. So and by sitting on this, it allows me to get a full okay, feels good. Oh. So I'm holding the band, locking the elbows so that way it keeps the you could do it this way, but then I have to be higher. If I attach the bands to the ceiling and then do this, then it's a good alternative. And I've been thinking about doing that now for a couple of weeks. I just haven't mustered the time and the dedication for it. Ooh. So what I feel here is the activation in the back. I'm feeling it here by holding it like this. Is basically, instead of having a linear XY line graph, you know, like if you visualize what an XY graph is and then you draw a linear 45-degree line, basically when you add the vibration, it's changing that line from, okay, so now it's like you're moving that line up and down because of the vibration, what it's doing. So here, what I'm doing is holding the I can feel the triceps getting involved a little bit because they get activated in this motion. using my knees to kind of hold myself in the position of the plate, and by doing so, it's adding an additional level of support, but also allowing me to stiffen my core, so that way I put the emphasis on the back. I want to feel I feel the rhomboids here in the scapula being activated as well, so this is good for it. Alright, now I'm going to switch to this one down like this. So I'm going to sit a little bit closer. Should be, yes, that should be right. Alright, so now 3 minutes of the bottom range of the movement. Probably move this just a little closer. Yeah, there we go. So, maybe just a little too close. There we go. So now it's the bottom edge of the swimming motion. You know, what is it called, this one? Free stroke or freestyle? This is good if you are a swimmer. You don't have to be in the water to exercise these muscles. Having to fire the core as well so I can hold this position, and doing so it does activate that part of the body, which is a benefit to doing this exercise this way. I could get even more creative by lifting my feet up off the ground. I'm not that strong, I can't. I have to focus a little bit more on that. The lower abdominal for me is an area where I need to spend some time in strengthening. Oh, wow. Oy. Oy. Yeah, oh yeah, I could feel it there. I feel it in the lower, the psoas area. The psoas, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Alright, so started with upper swimming down to here. We just finished the lower swimming aspect. Now I'm going to switch to an iron cross. I'm wondering if this is going to be, I'm going to do it this way. And I want to strengthen those lat muscles there. So basically I don't have the strength to do an actual iron cross, but I want to develop it, and this is one way where I can do that with adequate resistance, but then also strengthening the muscle there, because the muscle doesn't know numbers. It only knows the tension that you're applying. So here I'm kind of mimicking an iron cross for now. Now holding it down here. Now I'm pretending I'm coming up. Oh, this is a good way to do dips. Just discovered it now. This is the way to do it. Wow. Wow. Certainly. Wow. Oh. All right. So now I'm going to switch to hammer curls. So utilizing the vibration plate again. I really like how this puts a lot of stress on the muscle in a good way. Doing the movement this way. I'm going to switch to from the regular handle to that of just the ankle straps. And by putting this is about knee height here, give or take. Alright, next is to place the vibration plate somewhere about here, I think. I gotta come back just a little forward because I want to have tension on the band at the beginning. Alright, so now here's slack, and I'm going to use a towel as part of this movement. I'll let this ball roll away. I don't still do. Alright, so towel I'm putting on my knees so that way my arms don't slip. So there we go. So starting with a hammer curl, this way. You can move your palms together. So basically mimicking like a server perhaps, by having your palms together like this. And then, or if you're, pretend like you're praying, so you can have your fingers touch your forehead, and then to get the full extension just beside. Like that, slow out. So keeping the focus on the long head, the hammer. So now I'm widening and finishing the contraction all the way through. Full stretch now. So I flex the triceps at the bottom, and then all the way back, holding it here. Closer. Touch the fingers. Explosive rep. Explosive. Explosive. The slow negative all the way down. Slice it up. Slice a little more. Back down. Slice. Flex. Very good. Just get my arm a rest here for a bit. Can certainly feel the long head on the outside. So you're feeling it here on the outside of the bicep, and you really, this vibration adds a lot of dynamics to the activation of the muscle, and it's actually pretty impressive how fast the muscle responds to it. Like when if you do this training regularly, you will see the results from it. It's very good. Alright, now I'm going to switch to a straight bar. So I'm going to focus more on the short head now. By having the ankle straps positioned on my wrists, takes the forearm out of the exercise. So I want to focus strictly on the bicep. But you'll see why momentarily here, why I'm doing it this way. All right. So I'm just resting my knees or my elbows on top of my knees. They're not kind of behind the knee, so that way, you know, I'm getting extra support from the knee to hold the elbow in place. No, I just used the towel helps with slippage. Oh. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna try it with the palm. Oh my. Just checking the time. Okay, so alright, next is I'm going to switch to focusing strictly on the forearms now. So what I'm going to do is actually lower the weights because I haven't done this particular exercise specifically for the forearms before, so I'm going to take it a little bit on the easy side. So I'm going to reduce the weight from the red band to the green for both the left and right. Or actually, I could do it this way. I'm going to cut it in half and just use one red band. And using the similar principle, I'm going to focus on the forearms, but starting with the pronated side. So my palms are going to be this way, and what I'm going to do is flex like this. You'll see here. So just focusing on the forearms now. So similar to how I was doing the tibia last week. So now I'm using this for the forearms. So this is the pronation. So since the bicep is fatigued now with the lighter weights, the lighter resistance, I can hold the position and still work the bicep, but also now pronation of the forearm. So basically I'm just rotating my knuckles down. Yeah, I could do it this way. Yeah, this way here. This is actually a better, it stays. Use my fingers to kind of hold it. Oh yeah, I can really feel it now. Oh wow. They're fatigued. Forearms already. Ooh, wow. So using my knuckles to hold or to really execute the movement as opposed to my fingers are just holding the bands kind of in place. Okay, wow, that feels very good. Now, switching to this way, so I'm going to hold the band this way, and now supinate. You could do it this way, either which way. Now I'm going to supinate the forearm. By having this here like this. So let's say if you need to strengthen your hands for piano playing, this is one way you could do it. Or if you're a piano player, you would notice this. Or play the piano. Practice. Develop the hand strength. It's good to do it. So I would call this kind of like a finisher for the biceps. Starting with the, well, when you're doing the forearms. There we go. Alright, so that's a wrap. That's it for today. So, got it done in under 45 minutes. Turn off this so today's date stamp, see here, is December 8th, 2025. Starting time was at 2:10 Mountain Standard Time. Alright, so for maximum heart rate I hit 187. So I was in that zone for 10 seconds, that heart rate. So I was probably right at the very end where my body needed to recover. So here you see maximum heart rate today was 187. And that's for the warm-up. And then once I recovered, my heart rate stayed all the way down. So I think a solid effort today, and it feels good to get it done. I'm disciplined, and I hope that you are as well. And following what I do on a weekly basis, help yourself strengthen, build the muscle, and that way you feel better. You force hypertrophy inside the body. Then consider using the X39 as a tool to help with strengthening your stem cells, but also healing the body and giving you that energy so you can do what I can do 6 days a week. It feels great to be able to do it. And I only eat one meal a day. That's it. But I make sure I get the cleanest and most absorbable water. I use the light from the X39, the minerals, and then protein, your amino acids to balance out the rest. And you will be in a position where you're going to win. So if you haven't started, now's the time to start. Today. Not tomorrow, not next month. Start today. And feel the benefits. We'll see you tomorrow for Techie Tuesday. Bye.